Hello, good evening. Welcome everybody on tonight's presentation. That is a surprise presentation a little bit because we couldn't host any on Saturday, so apologize for that. Again, my name is Claudia Eifert, and I do welcome you today to the Utopian Global Ecosystem presentation where we're going to talk and show you how you can actually become an owner of real assets and earn real income. Again, my name is Claudia Eifert, and I'm right now in Kenya. We had a lot of meetings going on because we do actually have an office here in Kenya, and had many great meetings since our arrival on Friday. I'm here with the CEO and founder of the company, Mr. Bill Rao, and we together with the team here in Kenya and other people from other parts of Africa who did actually come here, had some really great time representing this amazing opportunity. So for all you new listeners, wherever you listen from, I know we have today Father's Day. So all your fathers out there, congratulations on your day. And it's great that you still log in. Fantastic. And of course, all the other people logging in from YouTube, from Facebook or social media, or obviously via the link. Well, welcome to this presentation here live from Kenya. I just hope and pray that my connection is going to be okay, because you never know how this is going to be, and that you can actually hear me loud and clearly. So hopefully that is going to be the case. Now, today is obviously a very exciting day because everybody who is engaged, involved in Utopian Global, all the affiliates, all the customers, they got an email that, of course, with an announcement that we are now gonna go up, meaning in value of the company. The company grows in value, is growing in value because of the purchase of a major asset, the third asset since the launch of the store token. Of course, the income producing energy asset, which we do promote and recommend and refer through the Utopian Global ecosystem. So as you see here, Utopian Global is basically the marketing arm. It's a marketing company for physical precious metals, and we do that since around 11 years. It started all under the name of Joseph Wealth Systems. That's when we started 11 years ago with providing savings plan in precious metals, gold or silver, from as little as $25. That expanded then into taking on board cryptocurrency mining, and then taking on board obviously income producing assets, which we did half year ago from the company Store. Store, the original idea was by the founder of Utopian Global, Bill Rao, because he had be invested a major seven-figure income prior to starting his own company with Utopian Global into an energy fund, and that energy fund was investing in real assets, and those real assets obviously produced a real income. And so the idea really came up by our founder and our founder and CEO, Bill Rao, and he reconnected with these people who he got involved many years ago, in fact almost 2 decades into that energy fund, and yeah, the idea of Store was born. Store, the token, the energy asset backed token, which we do promote uniquely through the Utopian Global ecosystem. But we also do have an affiliate marketing system, so for people who want to recommend our products and services, that they actually can be able to generate as well extra income besides the income the assets are going to produce. So Bill Rowell, as you see here, he's going to come on board in a little second. He's just still finishing some other meetings here in Kenya, so we're really non-stop going. So Bill Rowell, he is the CEO and founder. He is also a licensed precious metals trader in the DMCC in Dubai, in the UAE, the Emirates, and all our gold comes from Argo Heraeus. So we started off obviously with providing precious metals to everybody. Why did we do that? Well, because Usually precious metals normally are owned by the rulers, empires, royalty, the very rich and wealthy people, but usually not so easily accessible to the ordinary people. And not meaning that or underestimating, but just saying that's usually the case, because financial education obviously is very important, but unfortunately it's a little bit lacking in when it comes to understanding of money. And so when the company was launched back then, Joseph Wealth System was to provide precious metals from very small denominations, from the best #1 refinery in the world, Arco Heraeus, to ordinary people. And so this was really the thing. Why precious metals? Well, very simple, because obviously in Roman times, you see here this beautiful picture coming up on your screen. In Roman times, well, for 1 ounce of gold, you could actually, dress yourself back then with the fashion at that time with 1 ounce of gold. But also 100 years ago, with 1 ounce of gold, you could dress yourself beautifully as well. And today, with 1 ounce of gold, you still can dress yourself beautifully with a nice suit and tie and leather shoes. You can do that with the same ounce of gold. You could do it in Roman times, 100 years ago and today. Yet, obviously, back then, the dollar was pegged to the gold, and it has had a value. But then, of course, in the 1970s, it's what actually taken away. So what it means is there's no backing anymore. And in fact, 100 years ago, you could buy 1 ounce of gold with $20. So if instead you would have saved $20, well, today, what could you do with $20? Now, we are here in Kenya. Obviously, we had people here coming in from Uganda. I know we have many teams all over the world. Inflation is a huge and big thing. People don't understand monetary system, but what they understand is that each and every year, with the currency they're earning, they buy less and less and less. So that means they need more and more of that currency just in order to buy the same goods and services. And this is why the understanding of gold as money, gold is money, is so important, because gold never loses its purchasing power. So if you, and I ask you listening to the webinar today, if you earn your currency in whatever country you are, you need to earn continuously more and more of that currency in order just to buy the same goods and services. Now, if you just rely on that currency, and let's say you have all your money in your bank, well, you're going to end up obviously losing. So you need to diversify, you need to hedge your money against inflation. What is the best way? Obviously, precious metals. That's why all the royalty, all the rich people, all the wealthy people, all the people in the know own at least a part of their portfolio into precious metals. So this is how we started out with it. And in fact, back then, so many years ago, 11 years ago, to provide you a very easy way, a very liquid way to own precious metals. In fact, it's so easy, you can buy it. It is stored in Switzerland, in the LBMA refinery and in the LBM storage facility. So it's very, very secure and diversified. But with basically push on a button in the back office, if you wish to sell it back, you can sell it back anytime. And the great thing is, if you're an active affiliate, you don't even pay a sellback fee. You basically get the price of the gold, what it is worth when you want to sell it back. So absolutely liquid, easy, and flexible system what we do have. Now, this is, of course, one of our product, but you need to earn income. So you actually need to earn income. How do you earn income? Well, there's different ways. There's one way, which is of course the affiliate marketing system, which I'm talking about, but also residual. So everybody wants to have residual income. Well, what ways are there to earn residual income? Obviously, you can have real estate, and if you have your real estate rented out and you have people obviously renting from you, well, you can make money. Other things is you could obviously have companies or involved in different companies which give you a revenue, or you can have assets like, of course, a share in a gold mine or a share in an oil field. or natural resource or whatsoever. So those all are things where you can earn residual income or residual rewards from. But what we have done through STORE, and this was really the idea of our founder of Utopian Global, was actually creating a company with absolutely industry experts with many, many decades of experience, which have their own companies in the energy sector, which are currently running. So not that they had maybe companies, no, they're currently running, but to build and create a company which gives, of course, the investor flexibility in diversification whilst delivering solid returns with high growth potential, and obviously investing in proven energy and mineral resource assets. And the founder of STORE, so the man which Bill so many years ago invested in, is actually Ryan Messer. Ryan Messer is a United States citizen with over 2 decades of experience, having drilled over 200 oil wells. And oil, of course, oil and gas is the foundation. It's the asset which is income producing now, and we just closed on that asset. That's why now the company value is actually going up. And looking always for institutional quality grade assets, which are not on the market, which are only, of course, available to people who are in the know-how, who are in the club, so to speak, who have the connections and the experience, removing the middleman, all those broker and layers, and giving you, through signing the PPM, the private placement memorandum, which everybody needs to sign before you even can buy anything, as well as doing your KYC, know your client or know your customer, the anti-monetary laundering thing we need, obviously, the uploading your documents. With that, giving you direct ownership in income producing assets. And so the acquisition strategy for STORE, okay, STORE, the product which we promote through Utopian Global Network, is, of course, has 3 phases. One is the foundation, the near-term growth. That's where we are now. Then the mid-term growth, and then a long-term growth. The foundational assets is where we are at now. We have now purchased 3 assets in the oil and gas. Why oil and gas? Because it's already producing. So the asset we of course have now acquired, a part of that is actually an asset which is in production since the 1930s. That is 90 years, obviously. Amazing. And it has another production estimated of 25, even more years in there, meaning income for 25 plus years to come from that production field. It currently actually does 800 barrels per day, but if STORE reinvests, it can actually produce 1,000 barrels a day. And that, of course, as you know, oil has a value. If oil goes up, well, obviously the money, what the income which is STORE producing goes up. If it goes down, obviously goes down. It's clear, but always has a value. It is actually income producing, which is amazing, which will give, that's what we believe, the value to the token holders a 3.5 to 5x. So if you purchase that and hold these assets, they can increase you up to 5 times in value, which is really great. I'm going to show you this in a second. And then we have other phases. So we have here a high growth phase, that's the water reclamation. It's an amazing project as well, which has an internal rate of return up to 200%. And we have a white paper, you can actually read about it. But the next focus after now the purchase we have done of the asset in Texas is obviously all our focus into renewables. We know, we don't have to talk about it. You see that picture, one picture speaks 1,000 words, doesn't it? We know the plastic, it's everywhere, literally everywhere. You cannot find a beach anymore where you don't have plastics. Everywhere it is. And it's a very, very growing problem. What do we do against it? What are countries doing against it? What can we do about it? And we found a way what we can do about it. We're just raising funds, obviously, to do so in order to start a pilot project in the United States and then replicate it all throughout the countries. In fact, we spoke here in Kenya as well. We would like to do actually the own projects here in Kenya with that. And that is obviously raising funds to acquiring a pyrolysis plant, where we can turn plastic into petroleum. That petroleum then needs to be blended into the different grades of it, and we can then sell it to the market, and this is where the money is in. And of course, we know there's over 6,000 products then which can derive and be developed from that. And so we recycling this plastic. It is an amazing project. That's certainly what our focus now is, after having raised the funds for the Texas asset, which was really, really much to our heart, because this is the foundation. Now, this is the next phase we are going to enter. And I just saw we have our founder and CEO, Bill Rowell, on the call. So I don't want to, talk myself too much. I actually would like to have Bill come on the call and maybe share a little bit of his vision on, we have achieved quite a lot in this half year of STOR. Obviously, we have achieved a lot in 11 years of Utopian Global, but maybe you want to attach something or say some words, Bill. Yeah.
Hi, Claudia, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clearly.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's great to be on this call Sunday evening. Welcome to everyone joining us from different parts of the world. It's great to be back here in wonderful Nairobi. It's a great city here, great country, very friendly people. And building. It was great to be in the office here all day there today. We'll be there tomorrow as well. Okay, well, we've made a lot of progress. We have to think, okay, our company, which I founded back in 2008, is 11 years old this year. Primarily, our ecosystem provides people with an affiliate program, and it has products which are real tangible assets, such as, of course, the gold and silver, which I heard you speak about earlier on. I'm a licensed gold trader in Dubai, the Multi-Commodity Center. We're also involved in the mining sector, and we're still paying out people's mining contracts daily today as we speak, for people who extended their contracts, and also the altcoins. And now we've moved into STOR, of course. STOR is an asset that myself and Ryan developed. It's a token on the blockchain. We believe the blockchain is the absolute future. It's transparent. But we go a lot further. These tokens, the token STOR, of course, is backed by real assets. And I think you touched on earlier that we just settled on the assets in Texas. Many of you who had people flying from different parts of the world visited the Houston, Texas asset. And that is really a fantastic asset. In fact, it's relatively low risk. Over 90% of the ownership are industry experts, which is fantastic. These are the things I like to look at. It's high yielding, and it also has room to actually improve the production, which improves the revenues, of course, which is really exciting. It's a bit over 3,000 hectares, actually about 3,000 hectares, and over 90 producing wells, and that can be expanded upon. Of course, the whole focus right now is actually, of course, adding value to the token. It looks very easy to write 20 to 30% return. Well, that's the rate of return that asset produces, okay? And we want to be able to get a token value return of 3.5 to 5x. Well, this doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time to do that. So our focus right now, of course, is adding value, expanding the revenues of that particular asset. And we do that by correcting some of the previous well damage, and also drilling new wells. And they're doing 2. I think Ryan said last week they're in the process of doing 2 in the month of June, which is going to increase the revenues. And then, of course, expanding this asset further to increase the revenues. And then we're going to be moving into, of course, for part of phase 1, the pyrolysis, taking out the hydrocarbons from recycled plastic and mixing that in the midstream. Now, Randall Eddington, he came on the call the other night. He specializes in midstream, which is primarily a blending of different crudes. So each crude has its own gravity or weight, and every industry has its own need for very specific crudes in one sense. So they blend, and they deal at currently they deal with about 9,000 barrels per day, which is quite significant. But on the bigger scale of the energy sector, it's quite small. The energy market is a mega market. So Ryan and Randall, they're doing about 9,000 barrels per day at the moment in the midstream sector, the blending of the different crudes, the weights for specific needs in specific industries, whether it be pharmaceutical, whether it be industry, whether it be automobiles, or whatever it might be, plastics, etc. Well, we can do the same with this. Plastic, here we are in Kenya actually, and around the world, plastics is a mega problem. The disposal of plastics is a mega problem. Let's face it, the energy industry has transformed the way that we live around the world, giving us a very modern way of life in that respect. But with it comes waste. And part of that, of course, is plastic. And we can take those with the pyrolysis process. We can actually reverse the process and extract out the hydrocarbons from plastics and oil, of course, blend them through the midstream process that Randall and Ryan are already involved in, and of course sell it to market, blend it with other crudes and sell it to market at a high margin. This is a very exciting project. And once we finish this, that's when we believe we want to get this well into development this year. And once this goes to production, we want to actually be able to start paying out distributions once we complete the pyrolysis process. And by doing these particular projects, this is even before we get to the Peru project, it's going to add significant value to the token value. Because everyone asks us, when are you going to list the token? Well, listing a token at the wrong time could be detrimental to the token price. I mean, if your token price has got to be based on real asset value. Now, the great thing about us is that when we buy assets, it's on the balance sheet. As you increase the balance sheet asset value, that asset value will roll over onto the store token value. That's why we're increasing the token price on Tuesday. Not just because we decided to increase the price, it's because we've acquired an asset. The value of the tokens actually increased because of this asset acquisition, and that's now reflected in the current price. But before we actually get it to market, I mean, when we get it onto an exchange, we need to make sure we have strong, very, very strong, of course, asset backing and strong revenues, because we want to have lots of buyers coming in as well. People here want to sell the tokens, they want to take advantage of their capital gain. Some might want to keep it and stay there for the long-term income generation that it'll produce. But either way, there's going to be sellers. We're going to make sure we have strong buyers in. The only way we're going to do that is by adding strong projects to it, such as the Texas project, such as the pyrolysis plastic recycling concept. This is really exciting. And of course, the longer term, we heard Philip Judge speak last week about the Ecuador project. Now, he'll be coming on a call this Wednesday, I believe, for the Spanish market. And he'll be coming back on again in the next weeks, and we're going to be bringing on the engineer, Robin Slaughter, who is in the actual white paper of STOR. Philip's worked and known him for Robin for a long time, many, many years. In fact, he told the story how he met. And Robin actually has experience working in these sectors, in these environments, such as Peru and Ecuador, for the last 30 years, working for the big mining companies. So these are not foreign to him. In fact, these projects came from Robin to Philip Judge to work on. So these are the exciting projects. These are the game changers, which are going to add significant value to the STOR token and also significant revenues. So that's what we're focusing on right now.
Thank you, Bill. And of course, people are asking when we say Tuesday, the token price is going to go up. What do we mean by that? What time will that be on Tuesday?
Well, Tuesday is Tuesday. So it's Tuesday the 18th. Now, this is not like we have a clock and say, okay, at 3 a.m. on certain time, all of a sudden it's going to be at this particular price. It doesn't work that way. There's lots of processes in place to do it. It'll be updated on Tuesday throughout the day. I would estimate, let's talk London time. I would estimate late morning to early afternoon, it will be updated in that time of regions, because there's quite a bit of work to do to update and change the prices and packages and all those types of things. But primarily it was because we wanted to allow the two core things. One is for bank wires coming, because there's people doing bank wires as we speak now to be able to own the STOR token. And generally it takes, a good 24 hours for a bank wire to come in. If it's within Europe, it's not a problem. It'll be there tomorrow, Monday morning, and Treasury can process those orders to your e-wallets, of course, so you can finalize it. But for others, it's a bit longer. But most people have known that the token price has been going up. We've been speaking about this for a long time now. It's meant to go up on Saturday, but it wasn't really a practical day to increase it on a Saturday when banking's closed, even though Dubai banking's open, but Swiss banking is closed. The other thing, of course, we also had over the last couple of days a couple of difficulties with the Bitcoin payment exchange, so people couldn't place their orders as well. So that's why we're doing it on Tuesday.
Thank you for the clarification on that, because a lot of people are asking that. Now, I just had pulled here up the slide on the target of obviously what STOR is aiming for. And maybe you want to touch quickly on that as well, if you can see the slide up.
Well, sure. I mean, it starts down here at the lower part. Of course, we deployed or launched the pre-sale seed capital really in December 2018. The white paper didn't come out until January. So there's been a lot happening. We acquired 2 small assets in Louisiana and 1 in Mississippi. And also we did the recent one this month, the Texas asset in Houston, which is really exciting. And that's the one that's triggering the current increase in token value. Then, of course, now we're actually focusing on the pyrolysis plant. Now, the time frame of that will be dependent upon the revenues coming in. I mean, it takes money, it takes time to build these particular things. But I believe the pyrolysis plastic recycling is going to be one of the major game changers that really adds huge significant revenues to store. One, not just in store token value price, multiples of 5x that we want to all try and achieve, but secondly, of course, the revenues that we all want to be able to achieve long term. So that's really the near-term focus. The Ecuador project will actually happen before the Peru project, no question about that. The Peru project, although it's a $1 billion project, it also has infrastructure challenges. It's at 13,000 meters. So speaking with Philip Judge and Robin Slaughter, the engineer, he said we have a similar type concept, still land reclamation, still mineral recovery in Ecuador, but it's not at 13,000 meters. It's at much, much lower levels, and infrastructure and transportation of the core and all those types of things is going to be much easier, much more cost effective, and we can actually get fast revenue from that. And of course, we're going to need that revenue to be able to move into the big project, which is Peru, which is going to be a little bit longer term. So lots of things happening, but right now the focus right on now is, of course, reinvesting into the Texas asset, and then, of course, building the pyrolysis plant. And then we are ready to start pushing out distributions and also probably ready to list on an exchange as well.
Absolutely. And what it means obviously for you now is we have different ways obviously to join Utopian Global. So one is obviously you can become the person who would like to just earn the passive income from the assets we own, or you can want to just purchase precious metals. You can do so, as many people do since 11 years, or you can actually become a promoter, a marketer, affiliator if you wish to do so. So there's different options what you want to do. We have different enrollment packages. They start from as little as 99 euros up to 1 million euros. Yes, the packages basically vary obviously on the amount of tokens which are in there. As you see currently on those slides, you still see the amount of token you're getting right now. That will be halved when, of course, the new prices are coming, meaning when this increase is going to happen on Tuesday. So you see, instead, right now you're getting 135 store in the 99 euro package. You also obviously get your affiliate ecosystem, meaning you own your own global business anywhere in the world you are. Doesn't matter if you're in Kenya, Uganda, if you're in UK, if you're in Ireland, if you're in Australia, New Zealand, United States. In fact, just in the United States you can't own store, but you can still of course own a gold or purchase gold, precious metals and promote precious metals, just not store. But anywhere in the world really, you have a global and seamless business system. That means if you are today in the UK, you have a person in here in Kenya who joins, and that person in Kenya buys a 99 euro package, well, you can actually earn some commission on that, which is really great. So as you see here, those packages start with 99 euro, 170, 390, 790, and they store amounts, they will be halved. We're also having a pro coaching program, so we have some great coaches there, and there's more coming. Actually, there will be a lot happening in the next few weeks, as you will see more and more improvement there on different people bringing on board and coaching you really on personal development, financial education, etc., etc. As Bill said, we're going to have people like Robin Anthony Slaughter, which all his life he has been working in minerals, mineral recovery. The knowledge he is giving is just amazing. Philip Judge, he will do another presentations on precious metals. He's one of the top people in when it comes to precious metals, learning really about life cycle of money. what is money. So all those things are really important for you in order to understand and to gain and accumulate wealth and not lose it over time, but maintain and accumulate more over time. We have more packages here, the 1,500 and the 3,500 package, obviously. And then we do have the Utopian Global Involvement Quantum packages. Those are more so for the investor in one sense. They are packages which start from 9,000 going up to 1 million euro. But as Bill always says, it doesn't matter if you come on board with 99 or with 1 million euro. The token price is the token price. And the token price, obviously, as we do add more value, obviously the company value is going to increase, and that means your tokens, your shares, they're going to increase in value, meaning they eventually will pay you a very great residual income for many years ahead. So which is really awesome. Now we do have an affiliate plan. If you wish to do so, you don't have to, and it's pretty simple. So you can start it, as I said, with any of those packages. Anytime you refer somebody, you're going to make what we call a fast track bonus, depending on the package they actually purchase. And anytime, obviously, you have somebody who buys a package or buys a 50 euro monthly membership, you're going to also make an additional bonus, which is called the uni-level bonus, which pays up to 7 levels. Yes, and you're going to have different other bonuses as well. If you sell gold or silver, you're also going to make a bonus. So as you see, let's say if you were to sell a 99 euro package, you would make a fast track commission of 30 euros and a uni level of 7, that means 37 euros. Now, the person who showed you this business opportunity, he's also going to receive something as of a level 2. So then we have, of course, the 9K up to 1 million euro packages. Similar here. The only difference is there's more going into store. So it's more investor target, a little bit lesser paid out in commissions, but still amazing. I mean, if you sell a 1 million euro package, the person who enrolls, obviously that person still making a 21,000, which is a 2% bonus really on that $1 million roughly. And we do have several incentives for the team building, which of course is a watch, a phone, and a travel and a computer. And those things are being given out as of a reward recognition of people who are really great in building teams or promoters of the products and services. So the uni-level commission pays up to 7 levels down. And pays the first 2 levels on whatever product and service, and the BV, the bonus volume generated, 14% in the first 2 levels, and then pays 3% from level 3 onwards up to level 7, and then an additional 2% once you achieve the rank of a gold and you have purchased the equivalent package for it. So those are just some amazing, great things which you can do. And especially I know here in this part of the world, you know, there are certainly people who have a lot of money, but obviously there's a great majority of people who would love to get involved into assets, would love to own assets, just don't have a way. Now with Utopian Global, for the first time, they are having actually access to something which basically was totally foreign to them, totally impossible, and really no such opportunity. And here, for as little as 99 euros, they can get involved. And what do they have, at least here a lot, is people. They have people who are literally hungry. They want to change their financial life. They want to have a better lifestyle. I believe we even have somebody I met here in the office on the call. Let me just check here. I saw some names. I think Francis. Yes, Francis, you were there yesterday, were you not? Yeah, Francis Ashiki, if I say this right. You were sitting next to me yesterday. He's actually on the call. Fantastic. And so he's really committed. I know you like what we have and you really want to learn. Well, I hope we see you tomorrow and you bring as many people as possible tomorrow to the office in Nairobi At 11 o'clock, we're going to start with presentations. Remember, when you bring people, when you share the opportunity, it's going to be benefit for them, because for the first time in their life, they're probably going to own assets, and for you, it's a win-win scenario. So, but of course, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Francis. It was great meeting you yesterday. No, it's very true what you say. I'm just looking at your unit level, what people could receive based on if they had a perfect environment of enrolling 5 and teaching them to share 5. This all comes from the concept owned by Don Failer, Own Your Life, the 45-second presentation that will change your life. And I recommend everyone go to the website. You can download the free chapters, 45, the number's 45second.com. When I was introduced to this concept in 1991, I was running my hotels, but I saw this and the numbers just spoke for themselves. This is leverage. This is compounding your time. When you compound your time, you compound your income. Now today we had a meeting, many meetings actually in our office in downtown Nairobi, and we had a gentleman there who was the manager for the Intercontinental Hotel, one sector of that particular hotel. And we were comparing, okay, the optional part of the affiliate program is 50 euros per month, of course, and you actually own store tokens. So you own an international global business with your membership, and you own store tokens that own an interest in real equity in assets in the United States currently. So we go beyond that particular stage. And I asked him, what does a coffee cost at the Intercontinental? And he said 650 shillings. That's $6.50. $6.50 for it was espresso actually. I think I asked him, and I said, "Wow." Well, for 150 shillings, which is $1.50, less than $1.50 a day, each of you, for less than $1.50 a day. When this dropped in my mind it's a couple of decades ago now, it just got me. You own for $1.50 a day. You own an international business, an ecosystem called Utopian Global that allows you to introduce people from around the world and have ownership in store tokens, real assets, which are going to generate further income, and be able to convert your commissions to gold and silver. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You have a global business here. In fact, one of our members, I think Claudia may have spoken about him at the beginning of it, Pastor Eddie, very nice young man. He drove 14 hours in a bus from Kampala, Uganda, overnight, arrived in Nairobi at 6:30 in the morning. I don't know how he did it, and turned up at the office at 10 a.m. for a meeting. And he's been with us non-stop the last days. And tomorrow he's actually flying back to Kampala. He's made more money while he's been here. He loves the model. He's helping other people not just generate another source of income. Because let's face it, it's not about just earning an extra 5,000 euros per month. Helping people earn an extra 200 euros per month, an extra 500 euros per month is game-changing for many people around the world. In fact, even the 2008 financial crisis, even in America, an extra $500 per month would have prevented more than half the housing foreclosures from occurring. It's not always about the big money. An extra $300, $400, $500 in your pocket each month can be a big difference to people. Okay, so this is why they love it. This is why I love it. This is why we developed the concept this way. This is a business for all people. Back to you, Claudia.
Absolutely, Bill. And as we come to the end of the presentation here now, because we have to go to a Spanish presentation, so as you see, we're running non-stop. Here really is hardly any break, but it's great because the beauty about that is a lot of people learning about this amazing opportunity for the first time to own asset. This is a big game changer. A lot of people don't really understand the impact on what actually we have, you actually with your idea, Bill, you really have created here for people. Because let's face it, when can you say that you could become an owner, part owner of a gold mine, part owner of a copper mine, part owner of a pyrolysis plant, plastic recycling plant, for me easier to pronounce, part owner of an oil field in Texas? I mean, let's face this, how big is your reality, your chance of that? Well, because of tokenization, assets, blockchain, the experience, the contacts you have for so many years, well, this could actually be pulled together, but it couldn't be obviously happen without the marketers through promoting the products and raising the funds so that the company can purchase those assets so that you actually can make this amazing, business happening, and of course, getting a residual income for many decades to come. And so it's really fantastic. I'm really, really happy for that. But of course, we do need to make a disclaimer, as we always have to do for people. So understand that Store cannot be right now offered in the United States. It's not licensed in the United States, but of course you can get involved in the business. You would get every package just replaced with precious metals. And it's also important to understand that you need to read the white paper. So we have an official white paper. It's going to be updated very soon again, because it's always obviously an ongoing moving part, that you read the white paper, you understand what you get involved, you understand all the different aspects of it. Now you earn as you learn. In order of the compensation plan, if you decide to become an affiliate, well, I can't tell you what you're going to make. You saw the possibilities, but of course it is up to you. What decision do you make? Do you take the decision like Pastor Eddie did and actually make a sacrifice and talk to everybody and anybody you meet, and help them to learn about this amazing project, or you don't tell nobody, nothing to nobody? Well, then of course you're not going to generate commissions from the affiliate. You will earn then generate commissions obviously from holding these assets. That's clear. But so those things I just want to make you aware. Well, and with that, obviously, we have a lot of people here who just came late on the presentation. We always upload those presentations on the YouTube channel, so you can listen and re-listen again. You can even send them then to your people. Understand again that the asset value of the company, or the company value, has gone in price of Store, meaning on Tuesday the prices will increase, or meaning you're only going to get less tokens for the money at the moment. So you're going to get half of the tokens from Tuesday onwards. And yes, James Lou, I know that you're always there. It's amazing. We thank you as well. I know you're in Singapore. It is 2:41 a.m. and no matter when we do the presentation, I know you are there. And that is an amazing commitment, and I think you're here since many years as well. So as we have people here on the call, you are with us 9 years, 10 years, 11 years myself. I mean, this alone speaks for itself. Why would these people follow us for 11, 10, 9 years? Right? If we would be, of course, not correct people, or Bill wouldn't be what he says he is. So that's amazing what we do have here, and I'm really happy and looking forward to make more Kenyans tomorrow, more Ugandians from tomorrow, and wherever they come from. And very soon we do have an event coming up in Birmingham. I want to just tell this again. It's on the 6th of July. So if you have not yet registered for the 6th of July for the event in Birmingham, well, get in touch with the people. The organizers will be, or are, Bill Wilmot, yes. The organizers are Sean Sherman, I think Mirel Yakis as well, and Karen Creasy and John Bone. Hopefully I don't forget anybody. So many more people. Let me see. It's quite a few organizers actually of this event. I just hope I don't forget anybody there. So anyhow, if I forgot anybody, please apologize. But it's 6th of July. Then we do have an Australia tour coming up. I know we have Australians on the call. It is going to be on the Gold Coast. Kitty Broom is going to be the host and the organizer, and it's, I believe, the first weekend in August. Okay, we're also coming back here to Africa, I believe to Kenya, maybe also very soon to Uganda, and then we're going to go and do the Latin American tour. So lots of things happening. Get involved now. If of course you like what you saw, read the white paper, make an informed decision, really important, and learn about more about us, our business model, about Store. All the information is out there for you. If you don't know where to find the information, reach out to somebody who knows, obviously to the person who introduced you to this business, contact the person who introduced you. And with that, I want to say thank you, and thank you, Bill. Maybe you want to say some closing words?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I think I've said enough, Claudia. I think you've done a great overall picture of us. I mean, for the new people here, welcome to the call. We have something great here. It's designed for all people. You're going to have ownership in real assets, which we're expanding the value on. And of course, you're involved with a great team. It's been around for a long time. So, hi, James. You've been with us, I think, actually nearly 10 years. So great to have you on this call as well from Singapore. Okay, thanks, Claudia.
And I forgot to mention as well for the UK event, obviously Steve Thomas is also organizing it with, and we have Shaquille and his team, they're also being the organizers there. So yeah, there's quite a few organizers. So get your ticket for Birmingham. Why? Because you're going to be in with a treat. Because for the first time, there is another guest coming. I cannot tell, and I'm not going to tell on this webinar now who is that guest, but there is a fourth guest coming. We have Bill coming, we have Ryan Messer coming, myself, I'm coming, but we have a fourth person coming who has never been in the UK, and he is on board. He's of course advisor to the store team. So I'm not going to tell the name, and I'll let yourself be surprised and get your ticket.
See you there. Good night to everyone. Bye-bye.